What's up, everybody? Coach Jay Jackson here, and I have one of my rock star coaching clients here with me, Mr. Paul. He's been getting it in, crushing it inside the coaching community. And man, this guy, he has a smile that just glows, and it's hard not to smile when you see him smile. It's just hard not to. But I've noticed over the past couple of weeks of our group coaching calls, because we do weekly group coaching calls, he's been coming to the calls with his arms out, with them guys, and so I'm like, man, I gotta get Paul on the podcast so he can share this game and do a interview with me, just so he can share his story, man. Paul, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, brother. I'm doing just fine, man. Yeah, everything is everything. Just going through life like everybody else and just trying to be the best version of myself.
I love it, man. I love it. I love the humbled attitude, man. I love it, man. Well, I just want to say this first off. I'm proud of you, and I appreciate you taking out the time to jump on with me. So I want to jump right into it, man. We always see people always see the highlight reel. Oh, he didn't drop X amount of pounds. Oh, he lost the belly fat. Oh, he winning. But let's go back to the backstory before you joined the coaching program, and like what type of challenges or adversity were you going through that made you want to join?
Okay, so the challenges that I was going through pretty much so I retired after 23 years in the military. I retired. And
Mm,
in the military, I pretty much just had structure, when to work out, when to eat. Everything was just structured. And I realized over 23 years, pretty much the military was keeping me slim.
mhm,
So after I retired, I realized I didn't have that anymore. And I had to, go through this thing, had to figure it all out on my own.
mhm,
And on my own, it wasn't working because I didn't gain, since I left the military, I didn't gain about 30 pounds. I was
mhm,
a little heavier, I was a little more depressed. But the depression was because I didn't have that active lifestyle anymore.
mm,
So,
mm.
yeah. So, and it was affecting everything. It was like, it was affecting my family life, I didn't realize it, but I was getting a lot of kind of negativity from my children. And I think that was because maybe I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't like putting me first. I was putting all my energy into them. And I think just kind of putting too much into them and not focusing on self-care,
Mm.
that kind of I don't know. I think it had more of a negative effect than anything.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Because I noticed that a lot of people, both men and women, especially when we have family and people that we love and care about, we tend to, make them a priority, which we should, but we
Right.
pour all of us into them and we stop pouring into us. And so what caused like when I know you're in the military, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and when you stop having that structure, what caused you to just really just stop applying and putting into you? Like what was that moment? Or if it wasn't a moment, what really caused you to just kind of like lose yourself and not pouring into you?
Right, right. I think for me, after 23 years of being going to Iraq, I've been to Iraq 3 times. I've been to Japan. I've been to Korea.
Mhm.
And what I've noticed over 23 years, I was exhausted, coach. I was mad exhausted. I was mentally exhausted. I was physically exhausted. And when I retired, it was just like, yo, like I want to chill. I don't want to get up and go work out. I don't want to have that type of discipline in my life anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I was just kind of enjoying myself. I wasn't getting up. I was just eating when I wanted, going to sleep when I wanted. No discipline in my life, and you know what I mean? Like that was just having a negative effect in my life. You know what I mean? Like too much kind of partying. I pretty much did everything that I couldn't do for the last 23 years. I was doing anything you could think of, I was doing. I ain't gonna lie. Like in the military, you can't smoke weed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you can't do that. You know what I mean? It's legal out here in Vegas.
Right, right.
But you know what I mean? When I got out, I wanted to see what the hype was all about. I wanted to see why everybody is doing it.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So like I dibbled, I just tried different things and I realized, man, that ain't for me. That smoking weed ain't no different than drinking a beer, man.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? So, I don't know what the hype was about, but like I said, I was doing everything that I was unable to do in the last 23 years. You know what
Right.
I mean? So, but what it was doing was just having a negative effect on my life, you know, on my health. You know, I wasn't back to, you know, working out. I wasn't doing any of that. And I just, after a while, I just seen my face. I looked at some pictures, especially when my cousins came into town from Vegas. And I started looking at some pictures and we were having a good time. We was just on the craps tables or whatever. And somebody took a picture and I seen that picture of myself and I said, damn, shit, do I really look like that? My
Mm.
bad, I don't mean to curse so much, but
You fine, you fine.
all right. Cool. But I looked at that picture and was like, man, do I really look like that? You know what I mean? And ever since then, that was December of 23. I said, man, I need a change in my life. I
Mhm.
need something. I need a change in my life. I didn't like the way I was looking. I wasn't that young, handsome. Like girls used to be in my inbox. Ain't nobody in my inbox these days. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
man.
You know what I'm saying? So like I know I'm getting older, but you know, nobody was reaching out. And maybe, you know, I was thinking, well, maybe it's because I'm just getting older now. But no, it was because I wasn't looking myself. I wasn't looking the part. I wasn't being the best version of myself. You know,
Mhm.
so I looked at that picture and I said, man, something gotta change.
Wow, wow, wow. Man, that's deep.
Look at that. Look at that, Coach Jay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As we talking, I'm sorry not to cut you off.
Yeah.
As we talking, I just got a text message from a girl just now, man. You
Look, you
know
got
what
the
I'm
arms out. You got that smile on. You already know. You got your mojo back.
saying? Yeah. Yeah,
That's all.
man.
That,
Yeah, yeah.
that's living right there. That's living proof. I love it. Well, so before you joined my coaching program, you know, sometimes people they go on this journey of trying different things to try to make it happen to get the results. And you know, they're like, I just need to go ahead and get some coaching, get some help. Like, did you try anything prior before actually joining the coaching program with me?
Yeah, yeah, I did, Coach. I was just trying to live the old military lifestyle, and I realized I couldn't do it on my own. Um,
Mhm.
I'm a little older now. The motivation isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get up at 5:30 a.m. every day and go work out. I
Yeah.
just, and it was because like I'm not in the military. So there's no, like, when you're in the military, you have to be at that formation whether you want to be there or not. So you're exercising pretty much not on your own will, you're doing it on the Army's will or the
Right.
military's will. So whether you want to do it or not, you're still doing it on their will. Come to find out, I like exercise. So
Mhm.
but I was just trying things on my own, as far as just trying to live the old military lifestyle, and I couldn't do it on my own. I didn't have the will to do it on my own. So you know, that's when I was on Instagram and I seen you several times. I seen your advertisements. I seen lose your big ass stomach uh, and quotes and all that stuff,
Right.
and
Right.
it took me about 30 days to like really start believing in Jay Jackson. You know what I
Right. Yeah.
mean? Like, you didn't inspire me right away. I know it took some of that laughing, some of the, you know, some of the some of
Right.
the jokes you was making because because you really don't know people, and there's a lot of people that are scammers out there.
Correct.
So from my eyes, it's like, okay, well, maybe this is somebody just trying to scam you again. But you
Yeah.
know, more and more I was listening to you, more and more, you know, one day that light bulb came on and said, "Look, man, reach out to Jay, reach out to Coach Jackson, man." And it was the best thing that it was one of the best things I ever did, man, because you really got me back on track.
That's awesome, man. I love that. I love that for you. What made that moment? Like, what moment was it that made that light bulb like come off for you? Like, did something happen in your life, or did you just wake up in the morning and it was just on your mind? Like, what happened that made you want to pull that trigger and go ahead and get going?
Right. Well, as we talked before, I was having family issues, and my daughter, she wound up moving out, and my son, he wound up moving out, and it, it really hurt me. It hurt me because I love my babies, but I need them to be a certain way. They weren't living with me.
Right.
Um, they were only living with me for about 6 months, because military life. I mean, that's a long story. We can go on forever about that. Every military person probably know what I'm talking about. You go through a divorce, you lose your children, and then eventually, as they get older, mom sends the kids to you, and their mentality is different now because they're not used to listening to, you because you didn't really grow up with them.
Right.
So when they left the house, I was wounded. It hurted, and I just realized I couldn't stay in that place for long,
Mhm.
and I realized I just needed to get myself together. Don't worry about the children. Just get yourself together. Do what you need to do for yourself, and then God will work all the rest of that stuff out. So what I did was I backed up from my babies for about 3 months, 3 to 6 months. Excuse me,
Right.
about 3 to 6 months
Mhm.
backed up from them,
Mhm.
and I had a lot of time after licking my wounds. I had a lot of time to just like, okay, where do I go from here? And I always loved fitness, so watching you on Instagram and stuff like that was
Yeah.
like, well, look, man, this might be a good time to invest in yourself.
Right.
Um, yeah, so that's when I decided to just go ahead and do it and just not worry about my baby, not worry about my children.
Mhm.
Um, but that was a pivotal moment for me to say, listen, man, your kids are gonna be fine. Focus on being the best version of yourself. So that's when I decided to not only join your program,
Mhm.
but I also decided to go back to school and just continue to learn and do some other things with my time instead of worrying about, because they're not adults. They're 18, 19.
Yeah.
I have another one that's 21. They're not necessarily adults.
Right. Right.
Um, but they are old enough for me to just step back from them for a minute, and
Right.
that's what it took. And we reconciled now. We're back 100%. But from this day forward and from this time forward, like on an airplane, put your
Mhm.
mask on first, and then help everybody else put their mask on. And
Mhm.
that's how it has to be, because you're gonna wind up losing yourself, focusing on everybody else. Um, and yeah, it's just not going to be a healthy outcome for you. So take care of yourself first, and then focus on everybody else. And that's been working in my life. So
That, I'm glad you said that, man, because I believe some people, both father and mother, can somewhat start to feel guilty for working on themselves, and starting to put back into them versus just pouring all into their kids and their family. And what you just said, that was like, that's huge, man. That's gonna, whoever is listening or watching this, man, it's gonna help them, man, like for
oh
sure.
yeah, oh yeah.
um so super proud of you, man, for making the decision to really start
Thank
pouring in yourself. That's major,
you.
you know.
Thank
So what was it that made you want to pull the trigger on me? Because there's plenty of coaches out there, man. Paul, it is 101 Dalmatians out there
you.
that
Right,
train and say they can help folks lose weight. What made
right.
you want to pull the trigger and work with your boy?
All right, so what made me want to pull the trigger and work with you, man, is well, first off, shit, you look like me. Well, you know what I'm saying? You're a black man.
Uh-huh.
You you have a great personality. You remind me of somebody I grew up with. You remind me of like my cousins. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
jokes all the time, but at the end of the day, we're serious too. We still want to be the best versions of ourselves.
Yeah.
And you know what you're talking about. You have great knowledge. You know the whole nutrition plan. I look at you too. I mean, you ripped up. I seen the abs. I'm like, oh yeah, that's somebody I need to talk to.
Right. Right.
Um, but kind of on a tangent a little bit, like even for me, like I'm a black man, don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but I think I'm like one of the only dudes that'll go in the gym and like my on my playlist, I listen to George Strait. You know what I mean? Or I listen to country music. Like I like DMX, I like Jay-Z, I like, but you know what
Right.
I mean? I listen to other stuff. So that's not, I'm not just saying I'm just pro black. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, there's more to me, but what made me want to work with you is because you just seem like somebody I grew up with, somebody I could relate to, and man, you know, your physique, and then you know just who you are. To me, that was worth giving you a shot, because I'm a very hard person to persuade, and once my mind is made up on no, that's what it is for me, you
Right.
know. But no, you know, I took a step closer, and then you were able to talk to me a little bit more and say, "Hey, man, just trust the process." And then I believed in you. I believe in you, and I still believe in you. I'm continue to believe in you
Yeah.
in the programming because for what I see, shit, Coach J get results, bro. You get results.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about them results. Cause everybody want to know about them results, Paul. That's the
Yeah.
only reason they listening to it. What did he really do? What kind of results did Coach J get for him? And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you joined the coaching program, and you joined the 12-week one first. And what type of results have you accomplished over the past 12 weeks, the past 3 months?
So the results is, so I was able to lose 30 pounds. I started out in the program at 215 pounds.
Mhm.
Today I stand at 185 pounds. Um, in my legs are more defined because of the stair steppers. You know that's a machine that I have not done. And be honest with you, Coach, I don't even run anymore. I used to be a runner in the military. I mean, my best time was a 2 minute mile. I would run 12 minutes and 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Like that was my best time. So that's like 6 minutes a mile. I'm older now, so I don't do that type of running anymore.
Right,
But that stair stepper, boy, I love it. In the beginning, it was tough,
right.
but it's it's easier. I love the fact that when I get off that stair stepper in 30 minutes, like I'm drenched in sweat, and that's how I know that I'm doing something. I average about I burn at least 400 calories on that stair stepper.
That's awesome.
Um, yeah. So, but like I said, my legs are more defined. My arms are definitely more defined. I
Yeah.
started coming in here. I started coming in here in the tank top, but I said, nah, I don't want to show off. I don't want to show off, man.
Look, you see the on your sleeve, they still got it's snug on your arms though. So you got the fitted shirt on. I knew what you was going for. I knew what you was doing. You like, I ain't just gonna bust out the tank top, but I'm gonna wear something that still put me in the best light. I'm gonna
Right.
put
Yeah. Exactly.
right.
Exactly. So, so I attribute that to your program. One thing that you said, what that was profound to me was, um, you can lose weight faster through nutrition than you can through exercise,
Mm.
and that's a piece of knowledge that, man, that's great knowledge because uh, I remember a time when I was just going to the gym. You know, this was before your program,
Mhm.
and I wasn't losing no weight. I mean, I think I was getting fatter. I seen my face getting fatter and fatter and fatter. You know,
Wow. Yeah,
but once I started the nutrition, excuse
mhm.
me, once I started the nutrition piece, then I seen the weight coming off. Then I seen my face slimming up. You know, so hey, coach, I don't get me wrong, I still got the titties. Titties not going anywhere. I think that's hereditary for me. I still got that, but
Well, we just got to continue to drop your body fat. That's all. Cause you leaning out and looking at your before and after photos. And I know some people gonna be watching well, listening to the podcast, but looking at your before and after photos, man, worlds of difference. It's gone down a significant amount. And so,
wow.
I want you to go inside the coaching app and look at your first photo when you first joined and look at it now. Day and night difference.
Okay,
Day
we'll
and
do.
night difference. Yeah.
We'll do. Yeah, yeah.
But I'm curious, man. Like what? Because your arms definitely look way leaner, more cut, more
Thank you.
defined, more vascular. So that lets me know you're headed in the right direction. You dropped a significant amount of body fat, not just weight, which is
Yes, sir.
that's what's most important. Not just dropping weight because you'll lose muscle. We want to drop body fat, and so definitely headed in the right direction, man. Um, so you dropped 30 pounds. In what areas, how has your life been positively impacted because of you dropping at 30 pounds?
Well, my life has been significantly impacted. Even my son, he lost 30 pounds. He was 212 pounds. Actually, he's lost more.
Wow.
Um, by me eating better, bringing better food in the house, my son has lost. He's 170 pounds today. He's actually doing better than me.
Wow.
Um, in my relationship with him, we've gotten tighter. Relationship with my daughter and my other son, who's the 19-year-old, our relationship has gotten tighter too. We get up. I got energy now to play basketball. I got energy to do things with them, take them bowling. You
Yeah.
know, so life has been better. Like I said, I just got a text message from a girl, like out of nowhere.
I was
Like
I was gonna say that. I wasn't gonna let you skip over that one right there. But continue.
right. But I feel better. Um, I look better, in my opinion. I feel better. I'm not as depressed as I was before the program. Um, so the just I just feel better these days. I just feel better these days. My mental health is a lot better.
Mhm.
And be honest with you, I struggle with PTSD.
Yeah.
I've been to combat 3 times, and I've seen, I've lost friends, and so that type of stuff is always on my mind. The friends that I've lost, the people I've interacted with, um, but just through my health and my fitness, I'm able to kind of look at putting things in perspective a little better. I'm able to deal with it instead of always pondering on it and having what you call survivor's guilt. Because even with me, like, they pass away, I'm still alive, I'm still here. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It kind of makes me feel as if, like, you know, like I almost kind of feel like a coward a little bit, because we were in that environment. They lose their lives, I'm still alive. So, you know,
Mhm.
that's been tough. But having that, just the fact that I'm in my right physical being, in my right mental state, I can put those things in perspective and
Mhm.
realize that it's all good. I think if I was still depressed, if I still was 215 pounds, I wouldn't be able to see a better perspective.
Ah, wow.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
man. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it. Yeah. And
Mhm.
and you matter, man. You know what I'm saying? Like just look at the impact that you've had on your children's lives. And a lot of people don't notice you don't have to have tens of thousands of hundreds of thousand followers on social media to be an influencer. Like just by you dropping 30 pounds, not only has it impacted your son, your daughter's life, but it's probably dozens more people that's been watching you. You know what I'm saying? They've been
Yes.
people that been peeping you out at the gym when you on the stamina. They look ahead, turn aside. What he doing? What he done dropped a whole lot of weight? What he doing? You know what I'm saying? And that
Right.
motivates and inspires people to keep going because you showing them proof that if you stay the course, it can happen. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so that's
Hmm.
awesome. Um, I commend you, man. So
Thank you.
outside of the results, because you've gotten major results, like what really stood out to you inside the coaching program? Like how was your experience in the coaching program that really stood out to you?
Inside the coaching program, I love the fact that there's a lot of other people in the program that's on the same path that you're on.
Mm.
And that matters. It matters because when I'm getting ready to bite into a donut, or I'm getting ready to go down to Burger King, I think about the brothers and the sisters that posted
Hmm.
their breakfast meals or their lunch meals.
Yeah.
And here I am getting ready to go down to BK, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Uh-huh.
just seeing them eating and having that support of that inside the Lions Den,
Hmm.
um, that make me realize that helps me stay the course. It
Yeah.
helps me stay the course. Just having the support of the community helps me stay the course.
Yeah, 100%, man. A lot of people say that because a lot of times when people come inside the coaching program, a couple of years back, I didn't have a community, and people just have to report to me directly. They get results. Hey, coach, I dropped X amount of weight. I see the before and after photos, and then they'd go into the next week do the same thing. But as I continue to invest in business coaches, just for me to continue to grow my craft and grow my audience to help more people, I started realizing the impact that them having a community, how it helped me, seeing that certain people inside the business coaching group would continue to show up. And so it was like, man, I'm already self-motivated, but it just gives you a different like level of motivation to keep pushing, you know what I'm saying? And also accountability, because you see other people doing it, you like, man, what I look like over here not posting content, what I look like over here eating a donut if they in now, eating, eggs and strawberries and eating healthy.
Right, right,
That's
right.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Um, so the community is valuable. So I know a lot of times, people they'll see my content, kind of like how you were when you first had, got exposed to me on social media. And they're like, okay, he giving out free content, but can he really help me? You know, and they kind of, sit back in silence for a couple of weeks or maybe even months. But for those people who are on the fence that are like, should I give Jay Jackson a go? Or like what would you tell that person who knows they want to change and they really do want to change? What would you share with that person?
So I would share with them is invest in the program and trust that you're going to get results and that it's going to work. Um, I would say get off the fence. Get off the fence, man. Because what do you have? What you have to lose? You really don't have anything to lose. You have everything to gain. And I'm living proof of that. I mean, he's got a great plan for you. And if you stick to that plan and you really want the results that you're looking for, I promise you 100% that if you follow what he's telling you to do, follow the instructions, you will get the results that you're looking for. And like I said, I'm living proof of that. So I would definitely invest in this program. 100%. 100%. You
Yeah,
got nothing to lose.
nothing to
Yeah,
lose,
you got
man.
nothing to lose. Yeah.
Nothing to lose.
And trust me, if you lose money, trust me, you're not losing anything. That money will always come back to you. God will bless you, with whatever. You're not losing anything. You're losing if you lose your health. That's what you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Quick story: in 2019, I came down with appendicitis,
Mm.
and I think because I wasn't really active in 2019, it was a couple years before I got out the military,
Mhm.
and I wasn't that active because my role had changed. I was a trainer out in Fort Irwin. I was training soldiers how to do things. I wasn't really physically active. I wasn't doing exercising.
Gotcha.
And I think because of the reason I got sick was because I wasn't exercising and I wasn't eating good. My nutrition was all messed up.
Right.
Um, so I believe, because nobody knows where appendicitis comes from, but I believe looking at my lifestyle back then, I believe I got appendicitis because of that.
Wow.
Because I wasn't eating good and I wasn't moving. My body wasn't moving. I was training soldiers, but I wasn't really active like I once was.
Right. Right.
So I believe I got sick because of that. So I mean, like I said, if anything else, man, invest in the program because if you losing money, you're not really losing anything. Trust me, the money will come back to you. You lose your health, now you got some issues. So
Got big problem.
I would, yeah, yeah. So just for that alone is a reason to invest
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
program.
Yeah, that's great, man. I'm glad you shared that because a lot of people don't realize. Because I had to come to this realization, and something that I'm gonna always remember that my pops told me. He's still here, but it's something that he told me. He said he calls me Quiz. You know, short for Jacquiz. That's my whole name, Jacquiz. And
That's it.
you're like, Wes, listen, man, don't be stressing about money, man. Don't be stressing. That's one of the things I wish that if I went back in time, I just wish I didn't stress so much about money. He was like,
Mm,
Wes, as long as you out here, as long as you work hard, you go always make some money. You go always make some money, so you don't have to worry about it. Don't stress about it. And so it always stuck with me because knowing that we go always make money the next week or the next month, we go get paid again as long as we know that, then it's like, okay, well, what things can I do to improve my situation? In what ways can I better myself? You know, can I build another skill set? Because a lot of times we can blow $200-300 in a weekend, if
bro,
not more.
bro.
Especially out there in Vegas.
Listen, I done threw away $300 on a craps table plenty of times.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
So trust me, I know exactly what you're saying, but that's my limit though.
Oh
No more than
man.
about $300 or $400 a night, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
And then I know I help women as well, but as a man, like there's like so many responsibilities of going if we go on a date, man, it's easy for a date to be $200-300. You go to
Hmm.
boom, $200-300 gone, just like that. You
Yeah.
get 2-3 drinks, you buy the other person 2-3 drinks, boom, it's an easy $200-300 that you just blew just right there. So when you think about the grand scheme of things, man, once you can always replenish that bread, that money, but
Mm-hmm.
once that health gone, man, it's gone.
I'm
And
telling you. I'm
that's
telling you.
what was that?
No, I'm telling you because when I was in the hospital for them 5 days, with me, like I went through the military physically strong. I mean, people looked up to me. I was a leader. I was training soldiers. I was a drill sergeant. So I was training soldiers in physical fitness. And here I am in 2019 in the hospital, sick, with appendicitis. I never thought that anything like that could ever happen to me. You know what I mean? My leaders, my colonel, she thought that I faked it. She didn't believe that I actually got sick because I always been Superman to her. You
Right,
know
right.
what I mean? So if something like that can happen to me, all of us are vulnerable. All of us are vulnerable, and but your health is the one thing that you do have control over. You can do something about it. You ain't gotta sit here and be 250 pounds. You don't have to be 230. You got control of that. You got one of my old friends, man. We used to have some big bodies and when I was in the military, and one of my old peers we used to clown, and one of my old peers used to be like, stop eating. He used to tell the guy, stop eating, like like So, but you know what I mean? That's a quick way to lose weight. Stop eating so much. I love the fact that what your program taught me was that there was a certain amount of calories that your body needs. You don't have to chow down 3,000 calories every day. This like with me, you put me on 1,600 calories.
Mhm.
90% of the time, I usually meet that standard. There's other times when I don't.
Mhm.
But 90% of the time, I do just eat those 1,600 calories. I go on the fitness app, I log it in, see where I'm at for the day.
Yep.
Um, but your body don't need all them calories to operate. You don't need 20, 25, 3,000 calories, at least not every day anyway.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's what happens. That's how you become 250 pounds. That's how you can shoot up to 300 pounds. It's obesity. You can control what goes in your mouth, and I
Right.
think for me though, coach, like me, I love cookies, I love cake, I love all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
and you can relate. I mean, we both human beings. You know what I mean?
Same. Trust
But
me.
don't
I
bring the
know.
shit in the door. Don't bring it through. Don't
Right.
leave it at the store. You don't have to go buy it. Leave it at the store. Because if you bring it through the door, it's gonna get eaten. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's one thing we have control over is our health and what goes in our bodies.
Absolutely.
So there's no reason anybody should be 250 pounds, 300 pounds, and that's not fat shaming anybody. It's just saying we got control. Thing I liked about you too was that you gave me a time to eat. Stop eating at 8 o'clock. Maybe go on 14-hour fast. Pick up eating again at 10 o'clock or 11 a.m. And
Mhm.
then you have a eating window from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's your eating window. And during that time, consume 1,600 calories or if you're trying to lose weight,
Right.
consume it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All
Sir.
good points. That's right, brother. Well,
Yep,
listen,
yep.
man, Paul, I appreciate you for jumping on, taking some time out of your busy day to jump on with me, man, sharing this game. And hey, man, super proud of you, man. Like
It's an
seriously.
honor.
I know it wasn't always easy. Like I always say, it's not easy being breezy, man. It ain't easy being breezy. But you did it through all the adversity. And looking to help you continue to shred up, get ready for summertime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I still want to lose about 20 more pounds. That and put me back about 170, 167, 160. Because I'm a small guy. I'm only 5'7". I ain't 6 feet. You know what I mean? I'm not, I ain't LeBron James or nobody like that.
Right, right,
you
right,
know,
right.
I'm a little guy, so I can't be 190, 200 pounds. It's just
Yeah.
not healthy for me. So I need to get to about 174,
Mhm.
around there, 170, 174 again, and I think I'll be okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Make it happen, man. Well, I appreciate you, brother. And with that said, y'all, we out of here, man. Until next time, let go.